living alone is expensive at the best of times, but with the cost of living crisis going on at the moment and everything seems to be getting more and more expensive by the day, it is even more important to make sure that you've got enough money in the bank to pay all your bills. My mortgage will go up next year, where I need to find quite a lot of extra money. And also groceries or really anything you want to do outside the house is becoming more and more expensive. So I have been looking into some side hustles I could do next to my teaching that I do Monday to Friday, sort of 8 till 5. And I thought I'd make a video about it to see if some of these ideas might give you an idea and help you out to make some extra cash on the side. And what kind of side hustle you can do successfully depends, I guess, on your education or your knowledge and what you like. But quite a few can actually be done without needing any extra education on the side. My first two do need a qualification of some sorts, or at least long experience in the field. And the first thing I've been looking at for myself is tutoring. I am a primary school teacher, so there is the opportunity to actually tutor students after school. Lots and lots of students need some extra help to get through the curriculum, and that's a well-paid and reasonably easy to organize side hustle. Saying that though, I sort of don't want to teach any more than I already am. So even though that could be a good thing to organize, I don't think it's quite for me at this stage in life. But maybe for you, if you're good at something, you could do, even if you play a music instrument, or you know how to cook specific things, or know how to sew, etc., etc. Anything that you could teach someone. There are a lot of English courses online that you can even do tutoring online for. And a lot of people in countries that don't speak English often are looking for some tutoring by native English speakers. If you're a native English speaker, have a look around. It might be really worthwhile for you to do some adult online tutoring in English. The next thing that I have looked into and often do here is just plain old babysitting. And I guess it depends. If you've got some qualifications like me, you can charge a little bit more. It also depends on the ages of the children. I myself used to work as a sleep consultant and maternity nanny, basically helping new moms with their newborns in the first few weeks after giving birth. And then later on, when they ran into some settling or sleeping problems, I did some sleep consultancy for them as well. And I absolutely adore that work. And yeah, that's an option I have got, and I'm thinking about going back to it. Sorry about the dog. And who doesn't like to cuddle a newborn baby at 3 a.m. in the morning? So obviously for those two side hustle ideas, you do need some sort of qualifications. I also looked into some other pathways that have nothing to do with children because, as I said, I'm teaching already, and I really don't know if I want to spend all my spare time with more little people, to be honest. So in order to get away from children in my spare time, I also had a look at some other side hustles that, according to some other YouTube channels like Uplift, and I can't think of a name at the moment, but I will put it here in the video, that are reasonably easy to set up and can be quite lucrative if done well, and also be scaled to as big as you'd like. So the first one of that is a cleaning business, which I have thought about for a little while. And then a friend of mine has actually done it a couple of months back, and she says she loves it and it's working out really well for her. I guess if you do enjoy cleaning, you could do some yourself. You could decide, do you want to offer a general cleaning service, or would you like to specialize? Some people specialize in window cleaning or cleaning just for Airbnb. Some people just do pressure hosing, etc., etc. So there's heaps of options there for you to see what you would like. And if you're not that much into cleaning yourself, you could also, after you maybe started small and worked out how much client base there is, it's reasonably easy to outsource and find other contractors to work for you, and that way get a little bit more work from here and there. So yeah, a cleaning business should be easy, doesn't need any skills, and people always seem to find money to pay someone to wash their windows. The other thing there is if you enjoy gardening, is I guess landscaping, but not the complicated landscaping where people pay millions of dollars for and make these really fantastic looking gardens. I'm thinking of general lawn care, weeding, cutting back trees, etc. So just the everyday gardening, I guess, that I personally never seem to have time for, plus I really don't enjoy doing it. So I'm happy to pay someone to come once a month and weed the driveway outside, and if I could also cut back the grasses, etc., that it all looks tidy, and that way I don't have to deal with it. A lawn business, mowing lawns, etc., could be a good business if you don't have any other skills or you don't want to work in the field that you are skilled at. It doesn't take much capital to start. You literally need a lawnmower and some garden equipment, and off you go. And again, I would start in my local community, work my way around, and then go through Google Ads and these days Facebook groups, etc., to find new clients. And I'm pretty sure there's always someone that is too old to do their own gardenings. There's a lot of apartment buildings these days that need some care. And yes, it seems like there is still a bit of demand out there. And last but not least, it's a bit of a funny one, and I stumbled across it on YouTube as well. And that's called a dog waste removal service, or a pooper scooper business. And what it basically is, it's what it says. You go to people's houses and you pick up the dog poo. And yes, I can hear you saying, but if you buy a dog, you should be picking up your own poop. But again, a lot of people might be elderly, people are sick, have injuries. For that reason, they can't pick up dog poo. Or people are just busy. Let's face it, if you have a family, you've got 2 kids, they have sports, school, your husband is busy, your wife is busy, or you're a single parent that has still a job that has long hours or weird hours, but you still want the kids to enjoy the backyard, it would be very helpful to have someone come once a week and tidy up the garden of all the poop. And that way you don't have to worry about it. It seems reasonably priced from what I've seen in the States, how it's set up. So I'm quite intrigued by that idea. I have a feeling people will get their nose out of joint a little bit about it at first. But when you really think about it, it's just another service that you could offer. And people often don't want to do. And plus they don't have the time for. So pooping, scooping could be a good one if people know about it. And I think that's the big if. It would be a tricky thing to set up because people obviously don't go onto Google and search for, can I find someone to pick up my dog poo in my backyard? So that was just a few of the business ideas that I've looked at in the last few months or weeks. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do, but I guess I will stick first with a bit of babysitting and sleep consultancy work because that's the easiest for me to make some extra cash on the side. But I'm definitely going to look into the other ones because either a cleaning business, a landscaping business, or even the pooper scooper business could be quite interesting in order to set up and should be reasonably easy to scale. And yeah, it could be a good little adventure to see if it would take off and I could actually make some real money with it if I wanted to. So yeah, that's my ideas. Let me know in the comments what kind of things you do to make some extra cash. There's obviously a lot of stuff you can do online if you got the skills, if you are a graphic designer, if you know how to write software, website design, you name it, YouTube videos, editing, all those things that people aren't great at, that needs a certain amount of skill and people don't want to do. Go on there, have a look at Upwork. Here in Australia, it's called Airtasker. What do people look for? What do people offer? And just give it a go. Nothing to lose. If it doesn't work, you may have lost a few $100s, but at least you gave it a try. So see you next time.